Hey folks, I look a little different. Oh, I'm feeling it. It's cold today. Holy smokes. Sleeping's a lot better now. I got the crap on top of my head to get rid of next, but I'm gonna wait for a bit. So, we talked about the warm weather. Wow, it's not warm today. I went out yesterday, it was so beautiful. The sun was out, it was almost double digits, it was really nice. Not today. Today wouldn't be so bad. I think it's like 2 degrees above freezing. The temperature is dropping now, so it might be below that now, but the wind, oh, it just cuts right through. My fingers are actually cold. I'm wearing gloves, but my fingers are cold. Wow, and I'm feeling it here. Really feeling it here. I don't have that insulation anymore. So, I had a specific destination when I went out today. And, when I was out yesterday, I had a plan, the road I wanted to drive, and I wanted to make sure I had enough battery power to do it. I just, I was on my low battery warning by the time I got home, so planned it well. But while I was out, wow, that was a pretty tow truck. Very colorful. While I was out, I saw a crane off in the distance, so I looked down there. I could see a skeleton of a building. I was like, oh, wow, that was quick. So, back in December, the barn fire that they had where a fire truck rolled over, I was sitting at the cemetery there. I'll show you a bit of a clip. You can't really tell, but the lot on the corner there, it's a mud field. So, obviously they're going to be doing some construction, but apparently they've been working there all winter. Because there's a building there now. Holy smokes, it's huge. So the sign said, future home of Sepoy wiring. For some reason I always call it epoxy. When I first saw that name, I thought it said epoxy. I don't know why. So every time I see it now, my mind automatically says epoxy. But Sepoy, S-E-P-O-Y, wiring. They got a small place down by the liquor store, so they're expanding, obviously. And Cliff's Plumbing and Heating. So apparently there's going to be 2 businesses in there. I don't know where Cliff's are from. I see their trucks parked in people's driveways and that. So they're obviously this area. So, but it's a fair-sized building. And apparently the crane was putting trusses up. There's a few. Can't do it today. It's too windy. So it was kind of a bit of a surprise to see that much of a building that quick. Wow. So, holy. I am so cold. But the temperature's going to warm up again, and then there's another day, I think next week, it's supposed to be 11 degrees below freezing. I'm not going to go out that day. I'm going to stay inside. And it's going to warm up again, and it's going to cool off, and it's going to warm. It's that time of year. It's going to be a roller coaster for a while. Enjoy the warm weather when it's here. Probably stay inside when it cools off. The problem right now is there's a whole bunch of low pressure systems, or they're all a whole line of them passing to our southeast, and that's what's bringing all the cold air down. Okay, just give me a quick second here. I don't remember what I was going to talk about. I do have it in my phone. Oh, yeah. Still going through old videos, deciding what to keep and what to get rid of. And I just scroll through them. Skip ahead 5 seconds constant. If I see something, I check, see what it is. Oh, I saw something. Completely surprised me. I parked in front of McDonald's while my scooter's sitting there. I see an earwig crawling across my camera lens. I was like, what? How would an earwig get way up there? Is it earwigs like little tiny spaces? They crawl into everything, and usually dark, damp places. Well, somehow one of them made its way all the way up the monster to my camera. And I think it was inside, because I drove for a little bit, and after a while you can kind of see it moving around still, so I think it was inside my case. I never saw it. I got home, took the camera out, I didn't see it, so I don't know how it made its way all the way up there. That's just wild. But I spotted that, and it's obviously an earwig. You see it crawl across the lens. That's just nuts. I'm not sure if I talked about this. I know I've talked about, there's a pedestrian crosswalk at the bottom of the hill here. And if you're driving, you got the lights, you have to stop. If you're crossing, you got to walk, don't walk sign. But if you're on the sidewalk, and what I don't know if I'm allowed to cross or not when that other light is red. When the traffic stops, am I still allowed to cross on the sidewalk, right? And I don't know if I talked about this or not, but it was perfect timing. There was a police car sitting at the car wash there, facing the lights, so I decided to ask him. It was perfect timing. He was in the perfect place to ask him. And I said to him, I says, I don't know if I'm allowed to cross there or not, if I'm on the sidewalk, right? I said, if I'm on the road, yes, I know I have to stop, but if I'm on the sidewalk... So he's basically what he said is, if you're on the sidewalk going this way, the crosswalk, goes across the main road, but if you're on this road, there's no light there saying walk or don't walk. So he says he doesn't, he doesn't see a problem with it. So I said, well, I do cross. I don't know if I'm allowed to or not. I do, but if there's a car waiting to go out, I'm not going to deprive them of that opportunity, right? Because once traffic starts moving again, you have to wait for traffic. But when I'm coming from downtown towards Tim Hortons, I'm past the lights when I'm sitting at the corner. The only way for me to know if that light turns green or not is the traffic starts moving again, right? So he says, no, I says, I don't have a problem with it, so that's kind of cool. And my phone just fell asleep. I'm using the wrong finger, so I gotta type in my code. One more thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. Another thing I discovered while my scooter's sitting at McDonald's is it was a cloudy day, and just looking at the video, you can't really see it. But because I'm scrolling through 5 seconds at a time, I can see the clouds moving, kind of like time-lapse. And there's 2 layers of clouds, they're both moving in 2 different directions. And the upper cloud is casting shadows across the lower clouds. Not a wonderful thing, but I thought it was actually kind of cool, so I'll show you that in time-lapse. It's not very long. Come on. It's not very long. It's only a few, in time-lapse it'll only be a few seconds, because I'm only getting a coffee at McDonald's, so I'm not sitting there very long. So, I thought that was kind of cool. So I guess that's it. I've had enough of the cold for today. I gotta go in. My hands are still frozen. Holy smokes. A lot of our snow's melted, though. I mean, my driveway's completely cleared out. Nothing there at all. So, I parked up at the soccer fields today. Took a break, sat in there. I can't get down to the river yet. I'm not going to take a chance on that. Not quite yet. A few more days. More melting coming, so a few more days we'll be able to get a little closer to the river. Oh. So I guess that's it. I guess that's all I got. I just found those few little tidbits in my videos. I wanted to share them. That was kind of cool. I won't be keeping them, so show them before I delete them. That's all I got.